Evening, everybody. It's Thursday at about 5:50, and this is video number 852, and it's your closing comment, and I'm going to do a separate analysis on the gold since one of my subscribers asked for it. Okay, so the market opened down. Was down about 200, my recollection. The Dow managed to be a gainer on the day. Up 53.79, NASDAQ down 101, but it had been down twice that. The S&P I saw down about 20.22. It finished down 14, and the Russell, although it closed down, did have a little bit of a bounce. It was down about 29. It closed down 12, or about 0.5%. The problem with today's market was that even with the Dow up, the internals were 1.6 to 1 down on both NYSE and NASDAQ. Volume was about unchanged. So we had all of those numbers that I've already put out there for you. We had the initial claims down 26,000, continuing claims down, Empire higher than expected, Philly Fed a little soft, and then I posted on the Discord channel industrial production, which was up less than expected, up 0.4. They were expecting 0.6 up, and capacity utilization 75.4 versus 75.7 estimates. So that too was a little on the soft side. The Dow itself had 17 up and 13 down. The biggest gainers were UNH and Honeywell, each up about 35 Dow points, and CRM, Salesforce, down 32. Of my groups, 3 were up: infrastructure, food supply chain, and financials, which have had, great earnings numbers. Mixed was biotech, biopharma, and all the rest were solidly down, retail especially, and mega caps especially. Taiwan Semiconductor was a miss, and this morning it was down 3 pre-market when I did the first video, and it finished actually down almost 7. 117.53 down 686, or 5.5%. That too dragged down NVDA, which has had a monster run up to the 800 and change. Let's just take a look at that. NVDA. Hell of a run from the middle of May at 538 to a week or so ago 835. Today closed 758, down 35.01. A big sell-off, and on no news. U.S. Bank beat top and bottom. That was up $1.83, 3.2%. What was interesting was United Health, UNH. It was the biggest gainer on the Dow, and it started the day down $4 in pre-market and finished the day up 531 at 420. Morgan Stanley finished about the same place that it opened this morning. It was down $1.25. It actually finished up on the day 17 cents. And some of the meme stocks, which have been just horrendous, have come back. I'm going to show you AMC, and AMC has come down from $60 right here, $61. Today made a low at $32.14, and then bounced and turned up and closed up $2.50 on the day with a fairly decent range. I mean, 32 to 37 and change. A very decent range. And GME continues to fall. It's down from this lower peak at 345, traded today 158, and didn't close a whole hell of a lot higher than that. The only other one that I noticed was Wish. Same kind of situation. Came from 15, touched 946 today, closed 1009, up 31 cents or 3%. But let's remember, a couple of months ago, this stock was 32. So interesting action there. Okay, futures. I told you this morning that I didn't like the look of the oil. Mentioned it last night too. I'm going to show you what I showed you this morning. And that was a rally, a break, a lower high, and I said if we closed below 72.20, I thought it was going to be a problem. Well, we closed 71.65, and it's a problem. And I'll go to the weekly, and you can see what I'm talking about. If we close below this low tomorrow, which would be a fair distance, I mean, that's another $2 loss, like today's $1.50, another 2% down. And let's remember that we were 75.5 4 days ago. Then I think we have a shot at trying this $66, $67 area, which is good support, but a pretty meaningful pullback. Okay, let's get to the gold, because this has been a favorite trade for a while. And it closed up $4 today. It was down this morning. It was up overnight, down this morning, and came back on and closed really nicely today. Let's go to the 6-month chart. Okay, so this is the rationale for this is simple. Just like we had a bottom with a test here and the Fibonacci numbers giving us a buy around the 1670, 1680 area, Dennis had the same thing here at 1760. Now, we bought it, we traded it from here to there, sat quietly with it, waited, bought it again, and this is where we are. We sold some yesterday right near the high of the day. As a matter of fact, the options that we sold at 80 had a high of 85, and today traded 32. Now, we still have a couple because, as Dennis and I discussed last night, it looked like we were going to be a little on the sloppy side. We have the 200-day moving average. We have the 50-day moving average, both right above us. So now we closed actually right on that, it looks like, today, after having yet another higher low, higher high. We have continued to do that. Now, trading this on the basis of the dollar or interest rates, or, there are half a dozen ways to trade it. But technically, the way that I traded it was, we made a top, we made a lower high, we reversed down, then we broke severely. Tried to rally, came back down, and then broke again, but managed to close back within the range that day, and then the next day, higher, low, higher. This was an inside day. The next day, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. Now, that took us over. Make believe that I'm drawing a line where this red line is, which is the 100-day moving average. And this is all negative. The consolidation that took place was above all of that. We came back down and we tested that red line again and closed down on the day, but about 3/4 up on the range. Higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. What we traded was the options on the GLD, and as you can see, when it came down, it came outside the lower Bollinger Band, came down. That's that day I said we tested and closed back in the range, and we started higher. Again, higher highs, higher lows every day, consolidation above, and now it looks to me, and everybody that follows me knows, I don't like to hold options into the expiration. So I sold half of the GLD 171s yesterday at 80 cents. Today they closed at 59 cents, down 15 cents, which happens to be our purchase price after trading down to 32 and then up and making a new high of the day at 72 right before the close, as did the GLD. I'll show you the GLD closed here at 171.07 in the regular hours. There's going to be a misprint on this, so don't take it too seriously. We did not get to 176 and change, but I will say the last at 171.48 is 47 cents higher than the close for regular hours. So it is continuing up. We run into the upper Bollinger Band, but I could see us getting back up into this 172 and a half tomorrow, at which point those options would be worth about $1.50. So we'll see. If it doesn't work out that way, I'm sorry and I'm disappointed, but the fact of the matter is that's why we only have half of the position. And in fact, we had the 169s when we made this move from 165 to 169 and a half. And for those options, let me just take a quick look. For those options, second, we had bought them at 97 cents and we sold them at $1.28. And these are the ones we sold half of yesterday at 80 cents. So not bad. All right, everyone, have a good evening. I'll be back first thing in the morning, and believe me, I will be up watching this gold all night. Have a good evening. And don't forget to subscribe.